All right. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Bison, aka Bison Trades, over on Twitter. Welcome back to another episode of RareFUD Radio. On today's episode, we'll be talking about the great flippening. It happened. Tensor flipped Magic Eden. Praise be. Look, Tensor is just a phenomenal marketplace and could not be more happy for them. We'll discuss Magic Eden and their response. Definitely have some talking points over there. We will also be talking about Nana. You are going to get firsthand experience of what it was like to go through that exploit. It was an exploit. We did limit it. It's not an infinite glitch. Please, that there's like a little bit of people saying that it was like an infinite money glitch and we're going to have to release another token. No. We already stopped it. It's done. No worries about it. But we'll kind of detail a little bit more. We don't have an official postmortem just yet, but I'll just share what I know as far as being on the marketing team, not on the dev team, on the marketing team. As far as some other stuff, we do have Chads. Look, this is not an endorsement of Chads or anything like that as far as the NFT goes on Solana, but we do have to talk about it because I do think it might spark up another little meta here based off another trend we're seeing in the market. So talk about that. And then Raposa. Are you minting? Are you selling? Are you holding? Are you buying? What are you doing here? We're going to get into some thoughts over there as well. And then we'll talk some alpha. Of course, we'll talk some alpha. So join with me, as always, my brother in content, Mr. Door himself. Door, how you doing today, man?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Every day's a holiday, and we back for another one, dog. Market's popping off. So much going on, man. I love these bull market times, dude. Bear market, we scraping the bottom of the barrel for content. Now we got too much content to go around, man.
Yeah, we definitely do. And another thing we'll talk about too is definitely SWE, because I think SWE will be something. At least the gold rush. Gold rush phase will come. Happen on Aptos, happen on Near, happen on Kanto. Like it's going to come for SWE too. I would say even like possibly even more so. I think May is going to be all SWE, at least the first half of it. So we'll get into that a little bit. Fuddies is doing a testnet mint, I think. I don't even know if it's the real mint or not.
No, it's just a testnet. And I think if you mint like a rare on the testnet, you get like whitelist to the mainnet or something.
That's actually a really smart way of testing out the mint to me. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but we'll be talking about all of that today. To get into it though, let's go over to TXO.com. If you guys don't know, TIEXO.com, go over to their analytics tab. This is where I get all my analytics. I love TXO mainly because it is just a neutral third party, right? It doesn't come from Tensor. It doesn't come from Magic Eden. It's neutral. So looking over the volume for the past 24 hours, we were sitting at 167,000 Solana volume. Not bad. Definitely cooled down from obviously all the Mad Lads hype and, heist, Oogie, reveal, all that good stuff. We're in a little bit of a cool down period, but 167, I will take that all day, every day. It's good volume, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like this feels like 167,000 soul volume. It's like, I know those times a couple months ago where you had around 100K and things weren't moving. Nah, man, this definitely feels like the market's alive.
Yeah, it does. And I'm happy with it. Like if this is what it cools out to be, like 150K plus, I think that's good trading environment. We'll be fine with that. And I'll share some thoughts on that moving forward. But I think the big talking point is the big flippening, right? Tensor flipped Magic Eden. We knew this day was coming. We have been literally tracking this for the past 3 months plus. Really since I think the big turning point for them was introducing Tensor Point.
I
would say that was like when people are like, oh, maybe I should start trying to list there. And then they introduce 1% fees instead of 2% that you get over in Magic Eden. But Magic Eden had those rewards, quote unquote, that reset like every month, dude. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, Tensor, now the number one marketplace on Solana. Couldn't be happier for them. But yeah, as far as Tensor goes, they have 80,000 Solana volume. Magic Eden has 67,000 Solana volume. And of course, Hades Swap at 15,000 Solana volume. Literally every single time. You can almost guarantee it. The over-under on 10 to 15K Solana volume for Hades Swap is unrivaled. It is always going to hit. Man, I wish I could bet that. But another little note here too is that Elixir's starting to pick up a little bit of market share. I know that sounds like crazy. They only went from 0.5 to 0.86% market share, but I just have this feeling, and again, knowing Swerver, I think they might actually take some market share. So that
Yeah.
would be one to watch, especially if they partner with a certain platform we like to use, which I heard rumblings of in NYC. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, Tensor, new marketplace of choice for Solana. Yeah, I'm so happy about it because
Yo,
there's a couple
same.
reasons, right? Like one, I think Tensor is just a better product, and
Yep.
maybe that's just because I'm a trader at heart and I
Mhm.
like having all of that data right in front of me. I think it's laid out
It's
beautifully.
beautiful.
And I love Sol. Basically, my two screens are operated almost entirely every single day by Soul Sniper and Tensor.
Mhm.
And those are the two sites that I stay on. I have not gone on Magic Eden for ages, and
Nope.
basically since Heistman was like the one time in the past 3 months that I go to. But yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful to see. I love the charts in front of me. I love the fact that they aggregate everything. The only thing they don't aggregate is Elixir, and that's why I usually go over to Soul Sniper. I like Soul Sniper's charts a little bit more. I know that I like the speed of data I get from Tensor because it does feel quicker. I hate to break it to Soul Sniper, but I think their API on the charts calls just Magic Eden numbers, and especially right now, you shouldn't be doing that.
Nah.
The floor is over on Tensor or Elixir right
Yep.
now. So I would say those I that's my one gripe with it. That's why I use both platforms still, because I like some things about Soul Sniper. I love their sniper bot. And I know we were talking about this before the
Mhm.
show. Soul Sniper's bot is beautiful. I think there's some stuff on Soul Sniper that are just going to be really hard to replicate over on Tensor. And also some things on Tensor that just feel better than Soul
Yep.
Sniper. So that's why I use both, right? But I have not been on Magic Eden forever.
It's been eons for me, dog. I don't even touch Magic Eden. Like, why? Why am I going on Magic Eden? There's literally no point. If I'm trying to snipe a rare, go to my boys over at Soul Sniper. Otherwise, I'm listing stuff on Tensor. Like, it's easy as that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as far as I mean, like I'm so thrilled for the Tensor team.
Same.
It's 3 dudes. Like if you got all I'm saying, and look, this is not to like sit here and FUD Magic Eden, but we have been for a little bit now.
I'll FUD them, dog. I'll let you go first, but I'll
Yeah,
FUD them.
I'll let you swing the hammer door. But the one thing I'll say is that if you got beat out by 3 dudes who are just really passionate about this space and building out a great product, and they beat you on product because you were trying to go for width
Profit.
rather than depth
Yep.
first, and continuing to improve your product, you got too comfy on the throne,
Yep.
right? And
Got complacent,
Tensor,
dog.
they are eating your lunch right now. And look, offer a better user experience, a 1% fee instead of 2% or 1.5%. I think if you're like max level, it's a better experience over there. And so, look, I think the one thing that Tensor needs to improve is that they need to make it even more dumbed down on their light version for the newcomers into the space. But after that, I mean, Tensor to me, a phenomenal product. I would also say the one thing that may keep Magic Eden around is their launchpad. I know that sounds crazy to some people, but as somebody who worked with the Magic Eden launchpad, our mint was smooth as butter, man. We did not have any issues over there. I think it was because we thought of no public mint, because I would have got botted to absolute kingdom come. But we did do a whitelist too, where basically whitelist got a chance to mint another one, and that stuff was gone in 5 seconds. But it worked out well. We had really good distribution. Still do for a game. I'm still happy with where our distribution is. But Magic Eden Launchpad, that's the one thing that Tensor doesn't have, and that's the one area I can see Elixir coming in, especially if they partner with a certain aggregator that we all know and love, like Soul Sniper. If they were to do that, that would be sick. If they were to come in, partner that, then have the Launchpad too, I could see them really take, like, they would, I think, absorb Magic Eden's market share. Magic Eden would die and go to the side. Like, I don't see them recovering, not only from a product standpoint, but a public perception standpoint. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Is I actually think it's Tensor and then Elixir and Soul Sniper, if they were to partner up, which I don't know what it is, but I heard rumblings of it in New York City, and I just see that as a match made in heaven. Like, if they do that, that's the only thing I see threatening Tensor's throne right now, because Tensor is just an infinitely better product than Magic Eden. But Dor, thoughts on that? Thoughts on the market?
Dog, first of all, like, all I've been paying attention to is Mad Lads, Heist, and now Magic Eden being dethroned. Oh my gosh, it is a glorious day, man. If I had a soundboard, it'd be like, bah, 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 right now. I am elated. I am so glad that this marketplace is now number 2. And hopefully platforms like Elixir, Soul Sniper continue to eat their lunch, dog. I'm not being civil about this. You know why? Because all these dudes came out on the timeline talking about, oh, we'll be better. We'll learn. We've learned from this and we're going to do better. Competition's good. Dude, screw you. You're the most disingenuous people I've ever met in my life. You literally farmed the Solana community to get where you are today, raised over $1 billion in funding. Then once you got that, then you paid no attention to the community whatsoever. People were talking about quality life improvements. Dude, I remember when you couldn't even bulk delist, dog. It was the worst thing ever, man. When you got 15 NFTs trying to delist them one at a time, it was a horrible experience. Don't even get me started on the lack of charts, just the lack of clarity in the fees that are being implemented, promoting rug projects such as Degen Town, like all this crap, dude. You've been doing this for months at a time and you paid no attention to the community just because there was nobody else out there. Now that somebody's coming along eating your lunch, and then now, hold on, before I even get to that point, these guys are like, oh, we're just expanding to other chains. You know what? You raised a bunch of money to get where you are by taking advantage of Solana. Then you want to try to capitalize on other communities. But guess what? You gave up on Solana, which still has the most value out of most chains out there and even competing with ETH now. So you can go over to a fake community chain like Polygon. Hey, it could do good long term, but right now volume's down bad. So you ain't getting marketplace fees there. Guess what? You ain't getting fees over on ETH either. You know why? Because Blur is farming the hell out of you guys. Freaking OpenSea's eating your lunch too. Then the only thing you got good that I'm going to give you credit for is Ordinals. Jesus Christ, that place needed a marketplace. So congrats. You got one. Good job. But guess what? Now your primary audience on Solana doesn't even want to use you anymore. You're struggling on the marketplace with the second most volume. And to be fair, Ordinals doesn't have that much volume going on. So your business is in a real shocker right now. And the only reason everybody's coming out and apologizing is because everybody's in fear for their jobs right now. So take your disingenuous apologies because I don't want them now. I'm going to continue to promote any other marketplace besides you guys.
Man, drop the mic door. Let's go. Look, I could not agree more with all those statements. And I don't think anybody can disagree. Like
they did it to themselves, dog.
See, this is the thing. I see this a lot in NFTs. It's the one thing that drives me nuts as somebody who's been in business before, is a business owner with, like real estate team and everything like that, is you have to be proactive rather than reactive. Mm-hmm. You have to be proactive in, okay, like everybody else is doing this. How do I be innovative and proactive mm-hmm. in this? I see it a lot in NFTs, but I could not have seen it more in Magic Eden. They are always reactionary. They reacted to Yaw by saying, yep. Oh, 0% royalties. Yep. Here we go. They reacted
to Tensor's fucking charting, dude. They're like, oh, now that Tensor has charting, let's throw charting on there.
Like, you could have been ahead of the curve if you just implemented that. You know what I mean? And you could have kept so much more market share, had much more longevity. You could have, like, these rewards, too. They rolled them out like they were a big thing. Nobody cared about your rewards. They were dog water, like Tensor points, which haven't, like, we can't even open our boxes yet, but at least that's something more tangible than what we could get from Magic Eden, which reset it every month. Oh, you had to be a monthly spender of X amount in order to get these.
It was some high amount of soul, too, dog. It's no freaking little thing. Like, it was like a couple thousand soul that you had to get the maximum discount on points. Like, get out of here, dude.
Yeah. And another thing Manny said too is that their U.S. entity. I completely agree, Manny. Like the U.S. is no longer a desirable place to be in crypto. Like we see it from Coinbase now, where they're basically saying we're moving to the Bermuda. Like we're not doing business here any longer. You're not going to tax us. You're not going to tell us what we can and can't do because you guys have no clarification. That's a whole nother day of topic ranting right there because that is dog water and the U.S. needs to do better. But we're seeing it for Magic Eden too. That I don't want to give that as an excuse, but that limits what they can do, right? And I would say that's going to cause them some issues in adaptability. So
the whole thing with them, it's like they're a U.S. entity, sure, but so is BAYC, so are many other NFT projects. What, you couldn't use some of that liquidity that you got to fucking hire lawyer? Jesus, I need to stop cursing. Get hire lawyers to do something. Like, get out of here, man. That's an easy one. I ain't letting them off that easy, man.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, I want to take this time to really not completely shit on Magic Eden, because at least they were better than Solana Art and they had their
Yes.
come up, but they got too comfortable on the throne.
Mhm.
The one thing I will say is thank you, Tensor. Thank you for being here, being like just present in this space, being enjoyers of the space, being committed to actually building stuff that we use as traders daily.
Mhm.
And this goes for Soul Sniper. This goes for I would say good AMMs, because I like Elixir way more than Hades Swap, and that's another story for
Yeah.
another day. But people that are trying to push the envelope in really fun and innovative ways, thank you for being here. This is not to completely talk smack on Magic Eden. I think they are well aware of what their faults are, and now they want to react to it, which is, look, they basically had earbuds in the entire time. They're just like, la 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 la, I can't hear anything. Oh, we lost our top spot.
Oh,
Let them have their thing.
feedback. Please give us feedback. No, all my feedback is going to Tensor to make sure y'all continue to decline. I'll help out Elixir. I will help out. I'll use RareFUD, our little tiny platform, to promote any other marketplace other than Magic Eden. Guess what? Night Market hasn't even came out, and your boy has 12 P sales and bearish, but I'm going to promote that over Magic Eden.